Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Show, where we take book discussions to a new level.
We don't just read books, we interview them, journal about them, sip coffee, spill thoughts, and explore stories on and off the page.
Grab a cup and get cozy, because every book deserves a great conversation.
Today we're feeling a little nostalgic as we talk about theaters in small towns, but mostly we're going to talk about books and how those pages made it to the screen. We also weigh in on what we thought was the best, the worst, and the, oh my goodness, why do they even do that? So letter K has been my bane of existence here. So, and I've looked on the Goodreads, on their challenge list, I've looked everywhere because I'm looking for, not that I don't, friends, I don't mind a long book, I really don't. But right now it's summertime, and all of our schedules have been cuckoo-cuckoo.
Yeah.
And so I prefer a novella or a novella audio, and I'm like, let's knock out my alphabet challenge this way. And I'm not a thriller horror reader, unless we're going to count Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But
That's a thriller.
So
That's
a
thriller.
But
It's a YA thriller.
It's a YA thriller. So if you know a YA thriller, then with the letter K, because knife, kill, whatever. But I looked up Kiss. But I'd rather read a thriller more than a romance.
I would.
So
That's me.
But I'm having a hard time. So I was like, the heck with it. I'll go, what other letter don't I have? It's like, oh, letter O.
I don't have
And
O either.
I just sent you my O.
That was your O.
That's my O. And I am O surprised. But the other weirdest thing is because I always hit my alphabet challenge first because I always feel under pressure about it. So I want to get my alphabet done. But I do not have a T.
I have a T.
What do you do for T?
It's called This Bird Has Flown.
Oh, because it's this and not the?
Mm-hmm.
Only those don't count.
I don't count those.
But this is counts.
This counts.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's by Susanna Hoffs. Was she in the Bang? I think she was in the Bangles.
Okay, well, now that I know that, this is how you lose the time war, I can write it in. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for resolving that, because I thought this and the were kind of the same rule.
No.
Okay. Who made these unwritten rules?
I did.
Okay, great. As long as everybody understands in the alphabet challenge, the written rule by Rachel is...
The doesn't count.
The doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
And this is not the.
Like, I've got the correspondent for my C.
Okay.
I have A, Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, and I left out the A.
Okay. So A doesn't count, and you use the M.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're going to need to write these rules down and put them on our website.
I didn't count the stationery shop. I mean, I counted it as an S.
This is what I think.
The 5-star weekend, I counted as an F.
We need to write these rules down.
But if you want to count count a the. Count a T.
I think
that's
my rules. Cheating, though.
But these are my rules.
I like your rules. So we have on our website a monthly reading challenge. And you're looking at me like I had no idea.
I didn't have any idea, but I'm learning things as I sit here.
And I was surprised people can comment with the reading challenge.
Okay.
And the first reading challenge I did not put on the socials. I did for July, and people are doing it. But anywho, I think if we just had a little postcard that said, hey, this is how we view the alphabet challenge, just a little blurb about it. Because in our blog, we put little postcards out. Be like, are you what's, and then the nice thing about the blog is like, what do you do? What are your rules? And people can leave their comments on our blog, on the website. So that's really what I'm trying to tell everybody is go to our website, go to the Quill and Cup tab. That's our blog, the Quill and Cup. See what's been going on over there because there's free resources, there's challenges, there's people commenting back and forth to one another and joining the fun. But I'm glad that we settled this is not the. Hooray. And then when I finish O, I am left with K. And it just brings us right back to that. So I got to figure it out.
I still have J, K, N, O, Q,
Okay.
X, Y, Z.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so J for me has been the gem and the holograms. I put a pleat out to Hasbro. Hasbro, if you're listening, I'm pleading again. Kelly Thompson has written the scripts. She's giving you the characters. It's super relevant. It's LGBTQ. The fashion is off the chart. Everything is there. All you need to do is make it live action. Why is Mattel getting all of the cool stuff? Kelly, call Hasbro. Call them back. Be like, yo, we need to do the live action. That's all I have to say. I don't want to be in it. I just want to watch it.
Okay. I mean, I was a gem girly, so I get it.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
It's going to be tough, but I think it's time. Well, I say this because I just watched Masters of the Universe.
Ugh.
And it was
terrible.
Chris said it was so good. But after he turned into He-Man, I know why Chris loved and said he was so good. Because he's stunning. He's gorgeous. I got it.
I mean, he's lovely, but that movie was awful.
It was slow. I was
they couldn't decide if they were going to be like totally goofy or like or jokey. They either needed to go all one way or the other, and they hung out in the middle, and it came off as hokey.
Thank you. I felt hokey also.
So, okay, here's a fun story. I saw it in Mattoon with Tom.
What does that theater look like?
Oh, that's what I'm about to tell you. So,
can't wait.
It was the first day we were there. I've been in the house for 30 minutes, and Transformer blows, and we lose power. So then it's like, okay, what are we going to do? So we ran errands, we took care of things, because that's why I was there to, do stuff with the house. And then we get back, we have dinner, and the power's still out, and it's not supposed to come back on until 10:30. And we're like, well, it's about to be dark. We're not just going to sit around a dark house. What are we going to do? Let's go to the movies. So we have a conversation. What do we want to see? Well, do we want to see The Mandalorian and Grogu? No, we kind of want to see that with Rebecca. So... well, Tom loves He-Man, so let's go see Masters of the Universe. I'm like, okay, let me go online and buy the tickets, as one does.
Did he have the action figure growing up?
I don't know.
And
he might
Skull
have.
Castle?
I feel like he might have. But so I'm like, yeah, let me go on, because it's not like, it's called VIP theaters. And so I'm like, okay, let me go on and buy the tickets. So I go on. Number one, the tickets are $6.50 a piece.
What?
And you don't pick your seat.
Oh, it's old school. We just had this conversation, Danny and I.
So I was like, okay, all right, I'll buy the ticket online, but shoot, it's $6.50. Like, I haven't seen a $6.50 movie ticket since high school. We get there, we buy popcorn and a drink, and that's like $10. It's like we're going back in time. We walk into the movie theater, and it was like walking into a movie theater from 1996.
I was going to say.
I mean, the old school seats, the slopes, the slowly rising floor, like it was not stadium seating. And of course, no assigned seats. Tom and I were sat down, and he's like, I feel like maybe we shouldn't make out, because it was like high school, right?
How cute.
I'm just cracking up. I mean, it was as 1990s a movie theater as you can come. So, and that's where we watched Masters of the Universe, and we both sat there. Oh, and you got free refills on the popcorn. But we just sat there like,
the whole thing was a turn back in time from Masters of the Universe to the movie theater to the prices.
Yeah, and like about halfway through the movie, we both turned and looked at each other and went, this is terrible. But we sat through it because there was no power at home.
Well, at that point, when you said it was terrible, did you decide that the make-out session was to begin? She says no.
No.
Wow. So I haven't been to the theater since we found out 2019. The last thing I saw in the theater was Endgame. And I went with Chris to the AMC because I guess the AMC has a movie pass now. Mm-hmm. There's like $28 a month. You see all the movies you want. I get there. He's got like... All right, I'll have to black out his name so nobody knows, like, this is the thing. Not that people are going to be like, oh, we're going to start looking. But he has a whole process. So we have to stop at the McDonald's so he can put a 10-piece chicken nugget in the sleeve of his sweater along with the blueberry pie behind it, and then the sauce is behind that.
Gosh.
And then his collapsible water bottle, and then when he gets there, he fills it at the thingy. And then, we go in, and then, everybody's in pajamas and pillows and blankies. I was like, what is happening in the theater? And I get in the chair, and I'm like, it's like recline, and I didn't know. The chair swallowed me. I didn't know I could wear pajamas and bring my sleeping bag. I had no clue movies went like this anymore. It blew my mind. So for the $28 pass, that's like the same movie prices that you're paying in Mattoon. Although I would much rather have had the nostalgic experience, minus the gross and lice. Was it clean?
It was clean-ish. I mean, it's like, okay, I did it. I don't need to do it again. Like, there's a reason I like buying my ticket online and knowing where I'm going to sit and having my nice recliner, because we went and saw the Odyssey.
Oh, how was it?
Okay.
I'm not going to see it, so you're not going to spoil it for me.
It was fine. It was not. It was fine. My problem is I have taught the Odyssey so many times for so many years, and I'm sorry, Odysseus is a piece of poop. He is not this great, fantastic hero. He is a piece of garbage who is egotistical and selfish and floats around the Aegean Sea for 10 years, hangs out with Circe, sleeping around with her, then goes to Calypso's island, sleeps around with her, all while his poor wife is home trying to defend Ithaca. And he's a selfish prick. And so, number one, of course you can't paint Matt Damon as a selfish prick. So he gets the hero whitewash. And then there were just other little pieces that, we all walked out, and Rebecca and I are picking it apart because Rebecca's read it. And Tom, he maybe read it in freshman year, but he doesn't remember it. And he was like,
"Me, Matt Damon, Born Identity?"
Yeah, he's Odysseus.
Yeah, there's no way I can picture him as anything else other than Jason Bourne at this point.
That's what Tom said. He said that's what Tom said. But Tom was just like, it was It dragged. I didn't particularly care for the music. I guess I wanted some big sweeping score, and I didn't get that. I thought the actors were fantastic. Like Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson.
Well, it's an all-star cast.
It's an all-star cast. Elliot Page is only in the movie for like 4.5 minutes, but has a fantastic monologue that's just gut-wrenching and beautiful. Yeah, I mean, great actors, and they did a good job, but it just, it dragged.
Sad.
It was 3 hours. And, and Rebecca I think Rebecca made the best comment. She said, I forget what point in the movie it was, because after about an hour and a half, I was ready to pull out my phone and start scrolling.
Wow.
And a movie and I was so looking forward to it because I love the Iliad. I love the Odyssey. I loved teaching those two books. So,
friends, this is why one of the questions we ask is, which is better, the book or the movie, right? And
book.
We talked a lot of movies today, but they're all also books. So, yeah, that's hard. And especially something like that, because it's an epic story.
It literally
yes.
is an epic.
So how do you do that? How?
I think because the other, when they did the Iliad, which they called Troy with Brad Pitt,
that one was successful in some regards.
I loved that one.
So
I mean, there were things that were wrong with that one, which I remember when it came out. And my kids were supposed to read the ending is different than the actual Iliad. And my kids all wrote about the ending in the movie. Guys, it's not the same.
If only they consulted the Cliff Notes before jumping to the movie to learn the material.
I know. But, I thought they did a great job with that one, and it was entertaining, and it wasn't draggy, which is ironic because the Iliad basically spends 10 years on a freaking beach outside Troy. Like, that can talk about getting draggy. But, like, I don't know.
Like
I go back to, it was fine. It was fine.
Once you told me all those people in the cast, I honestly don't know how that chemistry worked out. I mean, let's look at who we threw in there. Rob Pattinson, first of all.
He's the bad guy.
Which, you know what? I loved him as Batman. I really did. I liked that take on it. I like that he does a lot of independent stuff, you know?
I think, so they used, I forget her name. It's Elizabeth something. So they used, so in most textbooks and what's taught, obviously it's a translation. But, and it's, I forget who, I should remember this, but I can't. And it's the translation that we've all taught for years and years and years. Christopher Nolan used a new translation that was published in 2017. So that's one of the knocks, that the language, the way, so nobody had a British accent.
Oh.
Which is fine. So here's Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson, who are British. No British accent. But the way they spoke, like, this is silly, but Tom Holland kept calling Odysseus dad. It should be father. It should be father. It should be mother. And he kept calling Penelope mom. And it was because they used a modern translation, the language of it was more modern. But yet not modern enough. So it kind of like Masters of the Universe. Like, it skirted a line of speaking how we speak and speaking like how you would expect, like how they did in Troy, like in a different type of,
I understand,
prose, and it was off. But apparently I'm assuming it's because of the movie. She has sold millions of her translation because of this movie.
Danny is agreeing. Although Danny over there, so Danny from Book Club, but she's also our friend. I wish I had a third mic right now, but she's weighed in that Rob Pattinson as Batman was a no-go for her. Is because he's always Edward in your heart. That's the only, like...
I was always Team Jasper, not Team Edward.
I had to give her the mic for that one.
For me, he's always Cedric Diggory from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yes, so...
the Harry Potter character. Yes, okay, I understand.
And that's what
that's where you see him.
I was like, oh, Rob Pattinson, and Tom's like, who? And I said Cedric Diggory, and he's like, oh, okay.
Oh, see, for me, it's always Edward, but I'm Team Edward.
No.
For sure.
Cedric.
Got my call-in ring.
Hashtag RIP.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It's okay. This episode's turning into books to film, because I'm going to segue into the language of what you're just saying about the movie you just saw, because I texted you and I said, excuse me, did I enter a different universe? When did A Good Girl's Guide to Murder? Was that British? Because I'm watching the preview on Netflix and I'm so confused and I'm having an outer body experience. Mind you, I just got done mowing the lawn and going through that fiasco.
Were you watching it with your wellies on?
So, no, by then I was just exhausted and I had gotten out of the shower. But yeah, I think everybody else missed the point where I was wearing 9 West on sale boots up to my knees with just my sports bra and then shorts that had no tie, holding it with one hand and pushing the lawnmower with the other. So your dog was clean when he came over.
Really didn't need to do that because
no, it needed to be done. But I'm just sitting there and it auto plays and I'm like, did I miss something? Yeah. Did I quantum shift into a different reality?
And I'm sure we were we doing the podcast when we reviewed those books?
Yes, we were.
So
wait, I have to interject because Holly Jackson, after putting up the reviews, she took mine down.
No.
Yes, any of the things that I posted about Holly Jackson because of the last book, anything gone. I don't know how that was possible.
Wow. I'm shooketh.
Yes. So now back to your Netflix. Go.
No. So when we were talking about the books, I distinctly remember because when I was reading the first one, there were certain things language-wise that weren't American. I'm using air quotes.
That's how I felt about the name Pip.
And so I remember looking up the author. She's British. And I was like, okay, so she's British. She's writing a book that takes place in New England. It makes sense that there's some like Britishisms that slip in. And then when the show came out and it was set in Britain, I was like, my mind is blown, and I don't like, why not just set the book in Britain? I'm so confused. But
how many episodes did you get through?
I think 2 or 3.
Which is more than I got through. I didn't get through the preview. I couldn't do it. I couldn't make the connection.
Well, part of it was because I really like the actress. She's from Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And I really like her, so I wanted to, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't. So I didn't.
So I think how I feel about when a lot of people's opinions are being taken down because they're not above 4 stars across all of the socials, with a lot of even my our YouTube review, when we reviewed her on the podcast, that episode got flagged and taken down, and it said it's because of Holly Jackson. It actually said it. I know. I was just so miffed. I probably didn't even mention it to you.
No, you didn't.
So I was just like, I re-edited it, and then I reposted that episode, but it's minus all of the Holly Jackson stuff. And my mind was blown. But this brings me back to what we learned with J.D. Barker's interview last week, is that we're going to see authors taking more control over their, their brand, their product, their autonomy, their writing, their, so much control. Because back in the day, your publicist, your, whoever you signed your whatever, your agent managed most of that stuff, right? Not the author direct. And weigh in on this.
I just have issues if, like, I'm queen of, I'll look at a Goodreads review and, okay, well, this one's 3.1 stars. I don't think I actually want to read it. If I don't have a legitimate review, if it's just an inflated review, then I don't want to read it. And that's not fair to your readers. And it's not a knock. It just might not be my jam. How many romances have I read where I'm like, I don't know why I keep picking up romances.
Well, wait. Christian romances for a hot minute. You went through this thing where you thought it was a romance, and then halfway through you're like, oh man, it's a Christian romance.
I know. I read 4 of those.
Which were fine, guys.
They were fine. They weren't for me.
Correct.
They weren't my jam, which is fine. And just if there might be some crazy sci-fi book that is way, way out there, it's not going to be my jam either, but you're going to love it because it's all about how aliens created our society. I don't know. I'm making things up.
That's true, because that's how you felt about The Bones Beneath My Skin.
I did. Right. That's a perfect example.
And
I love the author.
Right.
I love TJ Klune.
And I super loved that book and a few other ones. But again, it was in the vein of the genre that I enjoy most, which is science fiction.
You really need to read The House in the Cerulean Sea.
It's on my list of to-dos.
So good.
It's on my list of to-dos.
Both those, but he's coming out with a 3rd. So good. They're so sweet. They're just so sweet.
I am waiting on the Sarah Beth Durst. I pre-ordered.
As did I.
And then the one after that was already, because she's doing 6 months, just like J.D. Barker said. And I'm very curious about the cheese one, because it's the Cheese Emporium, right? There's more words in there. I don't know, guys. Sorry, I'm not going to fact check it. But since we're on this thread of books going to movies, I think I'll end this one with talking about the next book that we're going to review, which will probably be in the next episode, by Dennis E. Taylor, which is the 4th book
in the Bobbyverse.
We Are Men in the Bobbyverse, because that's optioned, and they're really starting the rewrites and production for We Are Many and so on. And I still don't understand, because I finished what I thought was the end of the series, and it ends with quoting like, oh, now we're Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm like, how can you do this and get away with it on screen when we cross all these genres of science fiction and The Simpsons and Garfield and all of this craziness? How do we do that?
Unless they have permission somehow. I don't know.
I'm fascinated to see how that's going to go.
Well, and it might not come to. I mean, I've read several books recently that I've done like some googs on, and it comes back as, yeah, it's been optioned but dropped. It's been optioned 3 times, and it's like, we just talked about on the podcast Demon Copperhead. I mean, that's like, to me, that screamed movie, but it's been optioned and dropped.
A Pulitzer Prize winning,
right,
has been dropped. That's mind blowing.
And I just finished Parable of the Sower. It was published in the early 90s. Octavia Butler, huge all around, and it's been optioned. There's a director attached, but it's been optioned before. So, I mean, like J.D. Barker said, with his 4MK series, it's been optioned 4 times. Like, it'll happen when it happens. Things get picked up, things get dropped. Yeah.
So true. So we'll see what happens when it happens. Let's end this with, what's your favorite book to movie? Or movie to book, because some people have gone that way, which, can be successful for younger people. But favorite movie to book. Danny, think about it, because we'll have you weigh in on that.
Okay, so mine's not a book to movie. Mine is a book to miniseries.
Ooh.
And it will always, always and forever be Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And I am referencing the 90s BBC miniseries with Colin Firth. If you know, you know. Best adaptation. Perfect in every way. Loved it as a miniseries because it covered all the things we needed to do. And I got my best Mr. Darcy, my best Mr. Collins, and my best Lizzie Bennet. There's my choice.
Danny, we're going to bring the mic over. We need you to weigh in.
For me, the Lord of the Rings series, specifically Two Towers. That was my favorite Lord of the Rings book, and it is my favorite of the movies. So I think they did an excellent job with it.
Get closer to the mic and say it all over again.
Lord of the Rings, specifically the Two Towers, that was my favorite book, and I think they did an excellent job. And there is just like hours and hours of extra credit stuff you can watch. They did such an excellent job making that whole series into the movies.
Wow.
Ooh, I hit a computer. Nobody saw that. Casey.
Oh my!
You're the one who asked the question.
I know, but you know what? I'm gonna throw in my worst.
Okay.
Instead of the best,
okay.
Because this I feel so strong about, and I want this redone. Is Inkheart and the Inkspell series. I feel so
talked about this
strong.
before.
I know, but it just pains me because the book series is phenomenal. Brendan Fraser probably could have been good in it if we didn't just do whatever that was on the screen. We just threw something at the wall and pretended that we were going to make it work. But somebody go back and fix it. You redo everything else. Can you redo this one? This one. That's all. I mean, and we just talked Twilight. To be honest, I enjoyed Twilight from book to movie.
Oh, I didn't enjoy book or movie. The book.
Danny said the movies were better than the books.
Books are terrible.
So this is why I love what we do, because we all have our opinions. But I couldn't think of one that sticks out in my mind as what the best is, because I feel so strongly about the worst. Do you have a worst?
Yeah. It's The Natural. It's written by Frank Malamun. Amazing author. It's a baseball book. And the movie is with Robert Redford. And the movie is so perfect. So beautiful. The book has the worst ending. The main character, his name is Roy Hobbs. And he is so unlikable in the book, and he's so likable in the movie. Probably thank you, Robert Redford. But it's just, that's, to me, that's always the one big instance of where the movie is so much better than the book, and the book is just garbage.
Do you think that's because the writer of the book were they still alive to be able to be part of the screenwrite?
They weren't involved in the screenwriting process.
Interesting. So I always that's what I wondered, if it was because it was their chance to do a rewrite. Now it was
Not
whoever
that I know of. No.
It was interesting. And do you have a worst, Danny?
For me, though, I will say Prisoner of Azkaban was my most disappointing book to movie, just because they left so much out. And I waited like 2.5 hours in line before that movie.
Preach.
Yes. That was my first real major disappointment as a teenager for book to movie.
Wow.
Well, and it was the first, Prisoner of Azkaban is the first, what I would call the first dark Harry Potter, where things are not all fun and magic-y, and they did. And, Sirius is such a important, dynamic, moody, Greg Allman. It's not the right actor. That's a singer. Just such a good job playing him. Could have done so much more with that one.
So everybody, the question is, books to movies. Let us know what is your favorite and what is your least favorite. What's the worst? Drop them in the comments. Put them in the show. All the things. Email it to us. Email us because we want to talk about it. We want to know what other people think. Best books to movie, worst books to movie.
Amen.
And we're going to call this episode That's the Ink.
Bye.
The Spilled Ink and Coffee Show.
Your favorite bookish podcast.
That's a wrap. Time to close the book on today's episode. I'm Rachel. And I'm Casey. If you had fun, hit the like, follow, and subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell icon.
You can also email us at spilledinkancofeeshow@gmail.com. Send us your questions, tell us what you're reading, or share what we should dive into.
Until next time, keep your coffee hot
And your pages turning.
Bye, guys.